Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, regular contributor for Buddhistdoor Global, and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's talk is Give Me the Best You Have. But before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. One day, a young man walked into a Buddhist store to buy a meditation cushion. He walked up to the store clerk and said, "I want to buy a cushion. Give me the best one that you have." The store clerk looked at the young man and replied, "Every meditation cushion we have is the best one in the store. They're all equally good." Upon hearing this, the young man was enlightened. As meditators and spiritual practitioners, we start to develop preferences over time for our personal practice. Maybe we prefer certain types of robes or a certain temperature in the meditation hall. Maybe we like cushions that are filled with cotton instead of buckwheat. Maybe we don't want a cushion at all and we'd rather sit on a seiza bench. And this is all normal and natural for human beings. We have preferences. It's part of the package. However, if we get too caught up in these preferences, we can lose sight of the real purpose of spiritual practice, which is not to have the ideal meditation cushion or the ideal environment for training. Rather, the purpose of spiritual practice is spiritual practice. And by extension, our goal is to realize enlightenment for ourselves and for other people, to save the world from suffering. But we can lose sight of that if we constantly work to find the perfect cushion, the perfect practice, the perfect set of circumstances for us to realize that enlightenment, to end that suffering. At a certain point, we have to mature to the point that every cushion is a good cushion. Even if it is a little too small, even if it is a little too hard, we learn to work with it skillfully in order to continue in our practice. This is true in Buddhism. It's also true in everyday life, where again, we as human beings have preferences. Preferences about what our home life should be, preferences about our job, preferences about how our family should behave. And while this is normal and natural, if we get too caught up in these preferences, we can again lose sight of the real purpose of life, which again is simply life. And by extension, our hope is to realize enlightenment so that we can end suffering for ourselves and others. The perfect cushion is the cushion we have. The perfect life is the life that we have. And our job as Buddhists is to work with our cushions and our lives to end suffering. So perhaps we're a parent, and the way we end suffering is by taking good care of our children. Perhaps we're an accountant, and the way we realize enlightenment is by crunching numbers for the good of all sentient beings. Perhaps we're a gardener, and the way we express our Buddha nature is by taking good care of our yard so that the neighborhood can be beautiful. Every cushion we have is a good cushion. Every life we have is a good life, if we learn how to work with them skillfully. Amitabha.